Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. It is day 10 or 11, I think it's day 11, of this DIY van build in my 2016 Ram ProMaster. Since we last caught up, I added some small touches onto the van. I added Reflectix on the wheel wells, just to keep things seamed well when I finish laying down my subfloor. Today's episode is all about insulation, wall insulation and ceiling insulation. As you can tell, it's kind of spooky in here. It's very cloudy. It's been raining for days. So I'm going to take us inside to go through the process of cutting out my Thinsulate. My insulation process is going to be twofold. I'm going to use 3M Thinsulate against the walls. Then I'm going to use a harder foam board on top of it. You can see behind me that I used some crack filler to fill in these gaps. It's pretty messy, and now I'll have to go in afterwards and kind of saw it off just to clean it up. It's a little chilly in here. It won't be after my insulation job, hopefully. So let's head inside. The Thinsulate has arrived. Alright, so each one of my wall panels is 25 inches high. At least the sort of middle part of the panel. So I'm cutting out my Thinsulate now at 25 inches, and then I'll cut it down to the shorter specific lengths for actually putting it in. The stuff cuts pretty easy. It's not terrible. It's not the easiest thing I've ever cut, and it's not the most difficult thing I've ever cut. Day 11, it has finally stopped raining, so I can open up the doors, get some ventilation, the birds are chirping, so I can actually use the spray adhesive and get this Thinsulate up and into place. But first, I'm gonna need to cut off this excess spray foam that has now hardened and is ready to be trimmed. So I'm gonna take my spray adhesive, and according to YouTube and the can, you should spray it on the surface of the Thinsulate first, and then also where you're going to be applying it, wait 20 seconds or so. Once it's tacky, we'll put it up there. I'm not as concerned about making sure that there's like a really fine adhesion, because I'm also going to have my foam board pushing it in on top of that, and then I'll use my gaps and cracks to go around all of the edges. Wish me luck. Perfect. Boom. Like a fluffy glove. I'll stick this bad boy right back in there. Alright, I've got the middle section done, ready to move on to the bottom. I had some extra foam board that I cut out to do the lower panels, so I'm going to use those as the template to cut out my wheel well arches on my Thinsulate that I had already cut out yesterday. See, it's kind of shaped like that. We'll see how it goes. I'm going to try to not cut quite as much off of the Thinsulate so it still has room to sort of puff up and fill in any gaps. Just like that, both rear panels are done. Whenever you cut out something from this Thinsulate, I've been saving it all because it's not super easy to cut, first of all, and second of all, I want to keep it so that I can shove it into any of these nooks and crannies around that are too big for spray foam, and that I might want a little bit better insulation in. day 12 has been a good day so far. Got the Thinsulate cut out, the ceiling is in, the side panels are in. It's really bright. It's a really beautiful sunset. And now I'm just gonna take my foam board from the wall that I already have done, cut out this bottom panel, and I have 2 full sheets here, which I think are gonna be able to give me this nice even seal around the whole van. I'm pretty excited about it because that was a lot of Thinsulate to cut out. Cutting it was not awesome. It seemed like sometimes it was really easy to cut and sometimes it was very, very hard to cut. I have no idea what the reasoning for it is, but one cool thing is that the Thinsulate, if you're considering it, it puffs out to about 2 inches, which makes it pretty much even with the frame. So if you do want to put a panel right over it, obviously I have all of this foam in the way, so I won't be able to do a finished product here, but it's gonna work really well to put a nice rigid foam board on top of it because I won't have to cut anything out. It's just gonna be nice and straight and smooth. So hopefully I'll have enough daylight left to finish that project tonight.